Well, welcome back everybody. As you can see, today is the time to start splitting some of this. And I say start because there is way too much here for the time that I have available today. I'm really curious about these extremely large pieces. I want to see how the splitter is going to handle that. I know a lot of y'all have been curious about that as well. As you've seen, I pushed them around with the tractor to help me out, but I'm noticing at least this one over here is still too large for me to handle and try to roll over to the splitter. So I brought the chainsaw down. We're going to cut that up real quick and see what the splitter can do with all this. Thanks for watching. tell y'all what, it is a heck of a lot of hard work moving those big pieces around and fighting them and splitting them and dealing with more big pieces. Been out here quite a while just to get what I've got split. So this tree has definitely made me work for this firewood. I'm burning up right now. It's supposed to be in the high 80s today. It already feels like it's 80. I'm sweating to death. I think I'm gonna go up, let the log splitter cool off. I'm gonna cool off, maybe have me a nice Powerade, eat some lunch, and we might think about slipping back down here this afternoon and finishing up some of this. As you can see, I've only got 3 little chunks left, 2 that split up here and 1 there. So, and I've almost got this rack completely filled. So if you're wondering, just those 3 pieces alone are more than enough to fill this rack and probably a quarter of another one. So looking back behind me, you can tell, wow, I've still got a lot of firewood. So we are going to have to continue to burn and make room. I don't know if you can see this rack right here. We had us a fire even last night, even though it was in the 80s yesterday. It's still nice and cool at night. I bet we had a fire for 5 hours last night. Stayed up till almost midnight just hanging out. So we'll continue to burn this. I've got a friend that happened to stumble across something that I've been looking for a while. So I have a new project coming up on the channel, and I'm thankful he found what I'm needing. Asked him what he wanted, some money, whatever. Said he wants some firewood. Excellent trade on my part. So got plenty of it to offer him. So I appreciate that. I'm not a doom and gloom type of person, but I do want to state the obvious. Obviously, with this virus going on around the world right now, there's a lot of y'all that are at home right now without a job, maybe been laid off. So I want you to know that our thoughts and prayers go out to you. And hopefully YouTube content creators such as myself and other people, we can continue to make content like this. And I hope it's something that puts a little bright spot in your day. If you're sitting at home, you got all this stuff going on in the world right now, hopefully you can get on YouTube, find videos like this, and like I said, it takes your mind off of it for a little bit. We're so thankful, and we appreciate all of y'all that watch the channel, subscribe to the channel. I look at my analytics all the time, and I've got a lot of people that watch and have joined from over in Europe. I know that it's hit y'all especially hard. It's just starting to pop up here, so we've yet to truly deal with it. Next big town over just got quite a few cases over the last few days, so it looks like it's going to come through this area. So like I said, thoughts and prayers go out to you. Y'all hang in there. We'll try to keep making content, Lord willing, and like I said, hopefully it's a little bright spot in the day and the stuff that we as YouTube creators can kind of help get your mind off of things. So I really do appreciate y'all watching. Well, before I pull out of here, y'all probably noticed in the background this gigantic mound here. Won't talk too much about it, but I know you've heard me talk about it over the last couple of weeks, building my raised bed gardens. Well, I found someone locally that makes their own compost. And I just had an entire 16-yard dump truck delivered here yesterday of it. So starting next week, I'm gonna get all the lumber, start building all my raised bed gardens, and try to get some seeds in the ground, because it has been in the 80s for several days and doesn't look like that's gonna stop. So now I wish I was already planted. Usually I don't plant till the end of March every year, but it looks like this is an exceptionally warm year. Started very early. I could probably already be growing, so I've got to jump on this pretty quick. So that'll be coming up soon.